That was Cotton Eye Joe. And I hope you were slapping your thigh and listening to that one. And we have the wonderful Karl from KJ Landscaping. You don't look impressed to be here, Karl.
No, I'm okay. Just a busy day.
Yeah. I bet you. Yeah. And obviously,
sometimes when you get the chance to sit down, you just go, okay.
You don't often get the chance to sit down, do you?
When I'm driving.
Yeah.
But the phone constantly rings when I'm driving as well.
Which is a good thing in business.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's good that the phone rings. I've got 2 different numbers, but a lot of people know me on my personal number.
Yeah.
So they're still ringing me on that when they should be ringing the other number. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You've got 2 phones.
I answer, yeah.
You are the sponsor of the Jess Address.
Yes,
and so
proud to be.
Yes. You can see the red carpet was rolled out for you to be here. Oh, no. You
red
did
carpet,
it?
green walls.
Green walls.
That's it.
Green walls.
Nice.
I am so grateful to have you on board and a supporter, and I wanted to thank you personally because I do believe there's value in our little show, that we do try and support community.
Absolutely.
Spread the word about fantastic businesses that are community minded, and your business is very community minded. And I wanted to ask, why is it important for you to act the way you do with your business in the community?
Yeah, I think it's important. I've read a lot of stories about really shonky operators out there taking people's money as a deposit, and they don't hear from that company again. So we try and make things clearer up front. We do a lot of elderly people's places, so they've done their duty, and so if we can do their place really cheaply, we're happy to do that.
Because you often pensioners discounts?
Yes, pensioner discounts, obviously. Every year around Christmas, we also do about 4 or 5 pensioners' houses for free.
Yeah.
Because it's just a hard time for them. They've got a lot of presents to buy.
Yeah.
So we try and save them some money by doing their gardening for free, because generally they have family around and they can't do it themselves. So we make it look nice and neat for them. So.
I love that, because I've seen a lot on the local Facebook pages this time of year how challenging it is. Like some pensioners have posted, someone wants $300 to come and clear my gutters out. I can't climb a ladder anymore. You know, there are. I love that you have that sense of care for the elderly, because there are a lot of people who are out there ripping them off.
Yeah, that's right. And there's a lot of scams out there. Obviously, we know all about those, and click on this and then all of a sudden they've lost some money. So we try and make things very clear for our customers, elderly or not. We're up front. We go and have a look at the place, and we determine how much time. And then from there, it's just green waste from there, and just labour. We've got a new member on board, finally a new staff member on board. We looked and we've found a new staff member. His name's Jimmy. He's actually James, but he likes to be called Jimmy.
Jimmy, yeah.
And the other staff member's called James, so that's why.
Works well then.
Yeah,
the 2 J's.
Yeah. So I call him Jimmy. So yeah, he is fanatic at pulling weeds. He has to get down on his knees and pull every single one out.
Yeah.
All right. So that's something we haven't experienced before. We would normally treat them or pull the big ones and, whip the small ones and then spray. So we've gone away from the spray now for the environment, and now we just hand weed, which is the first time in 8 years we've done that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's hard at work as well. So you still do have employment to virtually take people on at the moment, or are you still looking for people?
Yeah, look, I think we're looking at expanding services. So if there's any pavers out there that want to work part-time, I want to hear from you. Bricklayers that can do garden beds out the back. That's another facet to the business that we haven't really activated, because the labour market's really low at the moment. So, if you know anyone, just find us on Facebook, find the page, send a message.
KJD Landscaping.
Yeah.
What about like retired people? Because I've noticed that there are some people. I know for my father-in-law retired and then was so damn bored that he actually became a fly-in, fly-out worker.
Yeah. So then he went out of retirement.
Like that? Would someone who has retired but really just doesn't want to be a full-time worker and doesn't want to be retired full-time?
Absolutely.
Something like that,
not a problem.
Suitable? Yeah. Wow.
So it's just depending. If they've done paving all their lives, their knees are probably shot. But if they want to do some part-time work, for sure, we'll take on anyone with experience in paving, because we want to provide that service to the customer, make sure it's really done well.
Yeah.
So,
And let's talk about your services. What do KJD Landscaping offer?
Okay, so everything from your basic gardening, mowing and edging, we have over, I think, 85 regular clients, which is really hard to service in a 4-week period because that's 20 a week. But they're spread out all over Perth. So regular mow and edges. So some of the bigger companies, I won't mention names, but they just come along, mow and edge, and they're there for 15 minutes. You know what? And you get an invoice in the mail. So we go that little bit extra. So we'll mow an edge, have a look at the condition of the lawn. If we have access to the control panel for the retec, we'll check that, give you some advice on that. So any patches in the lawn, we need to know the sprinkler's working, whereas the others will just mow it and off they go.
And possibly break a sprinkler in their mowing.
Exactly. So you don't want to lose that water, you know, big water bills, all that kind of stuff. And tenants feel it the hardest.
Yeah.
Because they pay for their water use, whereas the owners, they get it in their rates.
Yeah.
So it's seen later. So you've got a bit of time to fix for owners, but for tenants, it's so important to have that check. So it only takes us 3 minutes. I mean, really, and then we can just
going that extra mile.
That's it. So other things we do, we've done a lot of new lawn installs. So people who are tired of their old dust bowl in the backyard, or the dog's dug a hole of china, and we need to fix that. So we just done one recently in Success, and the dog had dug fairly big holes, and so we got the bobcat in, took it all out, leveled it all out, put some good soil improver in, put the lawn down, and they're wrapped. So and the dog doesn't get to go on it for the first 2 weeks, but she's really old. She's seen it, and she is eyeing it off pretty quickly. So she won't have to dig, I don't think. I think she'll roll around on it. So it's always good to see happy clients. And when we get feedback, it makes our day, makes our week.
Yeah. And also when you see a nice green lawn, does that make you put a smile on your face?
Yeah, look, I think when we see the project when we start, it's the worst. It's the worst of what you can imagine.
Do you ever get overwhelmed by a project?
No. So what we try and do is instill in the staff, and I've been doing it long enough. I see the final picture.
Yeah.
So I want to see what it looks like. I want to see the smile on the dial with the customers. So that's what I look at. And there's a lot of hard yakka in between, and you kind of throw your hands in the air and go, oh, God, are we ever going to get there?
Yeah.
But we do it. And when it's finished and, you know, people are happy, we're happy. So it's really, really good.
Do you do any of those time-lapse videos? Have you seen them where they just put
Yeah, I've got a tripod ready for that.
Yeah.
Before and afters, there's a lot.
There's a lot of before and afters on the page, which are quite amazing transformations. But
you don't see the work that goes into the amazing transformation.
I think at the time lapse, I'm a bit concerned about. I've got a tripod, but you know, our workers tend
get caught picking your nose or something.
What happened really quickly though?
I was just going to say something about a plumber's crack, but I just don't want to have that on a video. So I'm
fair enough.
I'm going to tell them to maybe put on a belt or something, and then I'll get a slow mo happening. That's for sure.
Love it.
It can be a common occurrence in gardening. It happens to us all.
Yes, that's right.
Can you tell us a little bit about how much value a garden can add to your home?
Oh God, I've had that project. So I read somewhere that someone got nearly $30,000 more just from their front appeal. So you know, front appeal is the main thing for a house. I mean, you want to also have a great backyard. So if people walk through on that inspection and have a look and they see this beautiful front yard and then they walk out the back and the lawn's dead in a couple of areas, well, they're going to go, well, I've got to do work when I buy this house.
Yeah.
That's immediate cost. So now they want to barter you down on the price. So I've heard that people can gain up to $30,000, $40,000 in value just from a refurbished front yard that looks so neat because it's the immediate appeal. You pull up and you see a dead lawn. What are you going to do?
Nothing to do here. Yeah.
So I'm going to knock this down $20,000 because that's what it's going to cost me to get it to scratch. So we've heard of people doing that. And we get a lot of clients that are selling houses.
Yeah.
So we try and beautify them up. So clean out those garden beds, put in some nice black mulch because that looks really good.
It does,
wet.
Doesn't it, Smick?
And so nice lines, nice clean lines, green lawn, and people say, well, I can just move in and not have to worry about this.
Yeah.
And what about like the cooling factor? I know that there is something to be said, but I don't know what the information is about having a good garden and having good lawn in regards to the impact on heating and cooling in your house.
Absolutely. So houses from 30 years ago, a lot of the houses had windows that were off the ground, but you notice all the new builds now, they're all on the ground. So therefore, anything like paving, artificial lawn, which we hate,
Ew.
is bringing that heat into the house through that window. So, and house windows have got bigger over
They
time.
have, haven't they?
So they're huge
absolutely.
now.
Yeah.
So it's just so important. I mean, we've laid lawn on a 38-degree day where it's a sand bowl and it is stinking hot. We're dripping with sweat. And as soon as that lawn goes down, it drops 10 degrees.
Yeah, wow.
And we're just, walking oil over it and feeling the coolness. So we do a lot of projects where we rip out artificial, which is really destroying the environment. We don't like it. But yeah, people tend to think, well, it's low maintenance. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that.
You
And
can't play on it. Like, I've got lots of kids, man.
Yeah.
Not in
They
summer,
couldn't
it
play
gets
on it.
too
especially
hot.
pets too.
Yeah.
Their poor feet are going to be just as hot on that stuff as it is on concrete. So, yeah, we tend to try and recommend real turf, and it's not that expensive to maintain.
No.
When we're coming to mow it once a month, we're not charging the earth. And people think it's the water, and it's not. It's actually, we did a little bit of research, and it's about an extra shower for
Yeah,
one
wow,
person
okay.
a week.
So how often should you put your sprinklers on, and for how long?
Depending
Yeah.
on the season, doesn't
yes,
it?
Of course, it would depend.
Yeah, exactly. Switch off from June 1 as per Water Corp. But we talked about this, Jess, at the last time I was in, and it was Water Corp says two days a week, and they sometimes say 15 minutes.
Okay.
Not right.
No, I had heard that it was like 7 or something.
Oh, 15 minutes is the maximum they
Yeah, okay.
allow you, but you've got to take into account, a lot of people don't know the sprinkler
sprinkler.
output.
Okay.
So if your sprinkler's only punching out so much and your lawn's not getting the 10 mil it should get minimum, then that's got to run longer.
Yeah.
And the Water Corp can't fine you for that. So
Okay.
best thing to do, Bunnings, get some catch cups, have a look at a section in your lawn that's a little bit brown or less green than the other sections. Pop the catch cup there, turn your retic on for 5 minutes, see how much you get and multiply it by 3 because you're 15
Yeah.
minutes. If there's only 1 mil or hardly anything in that container, then your lawn's dying for a reason. It's
Yeah.
not getting enough water. Bad sprinkler, not enough coverage, could be blocked. And then you've got to adjust your run times from there. But,
And we did talk about before the optimum time to actually water your garden.
Yeah.
And I always thought, because we have this thing that Chris likes to go out for a beer
Of course.
and water his garden and things like that. And you said of an evening is not the ideal time to actually be watering your garden because it actually encourages bugs.
yeah.
It should be very early morning. So he's going to have to start
Go
early
and have a
morning
beer in the
drinking.
morning.
Without the beer, just a coffee.
Yes.
Yeah. So, look, I think in summer, evening watering is a pastime. It's a great Aussie tradition,
Yeah.
and it's okay if you're hand watering. I'm just more so don't run your stations at night time, especially your garden beds as well. Plants don't want water at night time. All those nasty bugs that love moisture are coming around at night time, and that's the time they're going to say, well, I've got somewhere to sit now
Yeah.
and destroy your plants. So watering at 4 a.m. in the morning is the best. The other thing I wanted to say, and I thought about it in the car on the way here, was rain. So pause down with rain, so you turn off your sprinklers. No. Big no. All right, so I know we're trying to conserve water, but if on the news that evening it said Perth got 1.5 mils of rain,
That's
Yeah,
not
okay.
did you
enough.
get 1.5 mils of rain
Yeah.
or did you get 0.7? So just remember, rain's a bonus at this
Okay.
stage of the year. So
Yes.
That's really interesting because now I'm going to have to, after we talked about how I apologise to my children when I do the wrong thing or say the wrong thing. This yesterday morning we were driving to school. I'm like, what have those people got their sprinklers on for? It was raining all night. So now I'm going to be all like, I've learned today that I was bad to say that about that person. They should have their sprinklers on because they probably didn't get their 10 millimetres of rain.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, look, put it this way.
We're still
I've seen that a
opinionated.
lot. I've seen that a lot with councils too,
Yeah.
because you see how green their parks are. They run their sprinklers for a long time. And
Yes.
they've got big gear drives that put out a lot of water, and they run them for hour and a half sometimes, and that's a lot of water.
Yeah.
It is probably bore, so that's all right coming from the ground, but yeah, that's how their parks are lush green. So
And people have it's like that double-sided argument. Yes, they can using water, and bore water does come from the ground, and that's obviously obviously watering the water table anyway. But in saying that, we use the parks.
Yeah.
You know, we're out there enjoying that green grass and the beautiful natives that they put in. So I think there's a balance in that. I love the City of Rockingham parks. I really do.
Yeah, I think the only thing that upsets me is when you see a broken sprinkler.
Yes.
And I know they may be short-staffed and getting around to it, but the
Drives you
amount
nuts.
of water that's running on the road.
It does. It shoots out, doesn't it?
Yeah,
That's home houses as well. When you're driving along and you see
Yeah.
that water just absolutely teeming out onto the road
Can I
down
tell
the drain.
you, one of my kids' best memories, and she brings it up to me quite often, is one day I was driving her to cricket and we went the wrong way to cricket, and it was such a happy accident because as we went the wrong way, this man who was fixing his sprinkler exploded into the sky and his face was full of water, and it was the funniest thing she'd ever seen. So there you go.
Yes, we get that a lot with
Common
retic.
injury.
Yeah. Doesn't help having glasses when you're fixing retic either, because you get kind of like soaked and you can't see, so you kind of need
windscreen
wipers on the glasses. But look, I can't stand water wastage. My lawn is supremely green. I'd put hardly any fertilizer on it, and I will run 3 to 4 minutes once a day.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm not running my 15, I'm not running my, catch cup for the 10 mil. I'm just running 3 minutes a day, and I'll probably get in trouble for it. But you know what? My lawn is really green.
Well, you've got to almost put that into your expenses for your business, because if you don't have a great lawn, why is anyone going to employ you?
Yeah, that's right. I used to take pictures of my lawn, and I thought, well, you know what? I'd rather show what we've fixed on other customers' lawns. So there's a client in Caversham that we went to. He says, my lawn's dead. Can we replace it, or can you save it? I said, well, it's going to cost you X to replace it, and let's have a go at saving it. And he goes, oh, well, it's kind of, I don't see the value. I might as well just dig it out and replace it. And I said, okay, well, give us a go. And so we've got some photos coming up on the page. It's taken us 2 months, but it's gone from
Look at the smile on his face.
I love it.
dead to dark green. So the guy is like, right, I want you guys to come look after it now every 4 weeks, da-da-da. So, for us, it's about customer satisfaction. So, big companies can go in and do a big project and everyone's like, wow, look at that. But it costs you. So we're not about big projects or anything like that. We're just about customer satisfaction on the small end rather than the
servicing
the
homes.
Projects. Yep. I don't know if we can go past our 85 a month at the moment. We're at capacity.
That's a great segue into the fact that there is work out there and franchise opportunities now with KJD Landscaping.
Yeah, we put out, we thought we're not getting to everybody, and that upsets me greatly because, I'll get X number of inquiries every month, week, day, night, and I can't service them all. And they've kind of come to us from someone else or been recommended, which is great. Word of mouth is the best. So I don't want to let them down, but I just can't, we can't be everywhere at once. So we have got a semi-franchise opportunity where we're going to pass on those leads to a prospective person that wants to do their own round. It'll be, gardening and regular cleanups, weeding, all that kind of stuff. So it won't be just the basic mowing. So it's a kind of like a business ready to go. It's part-time FIFO workers. I've heard so many saying, hey, I'm bored for 2 weeks. Can I help? My question to them is, how does your garden look?
Yeah.
My
husband's not going to be getting any franchises.
Maybe you should be looking at your garden instead of, trying to get a franchise out there. But, at the end of the day, we don't discriminate. If someone wants to earn themselves extra money or be busy, and especially, like you said, the semi-retired or retired people that want to, say, do something, perfect opportunity. It's not going to be expensive. There's no ongoing costs like the big franchise.
But protect, obviously this really great KJD Landscaping name and the integrity with it. So
and that have your abundance of knowledge and your passion to learn from.
Oh, look, I think it's got to be instilled in our staff, and like we talked about last time, Jess, trust.
Yes.
There's people that have been burnt before, and there's people that have been unhappy with work before, so they're sceptical. But all I can say is just give us a go. You won't be disappointed. And I guess experience-wise, I used to mow lawns as a 15-year-old in a wheat belt town. I was the lawn mower for the local oval.
Yeah, wow.
So
It's in your blood.
I learnt a lot about lawns from that, and I used to love doing it. I don't know whether you remember the Forrest Gump movie, how he was mowing that thing for free.
Yeah.
It's like, I could almost do that now and enjoy myself. So it's like, But, sorry, customers out there, we ain't doing anything for free. But, that's where it comes from. So the passion is there to just have someone's lawn perfect, the way they want it.
Yeah, beautiful.
Well, it's Mother's Day on Sunday, Carl,
Yes.
and I know you love your mum.
Yes.
Have you got
Very
a
much
message for her today?
I'm going to have to show her the YouTube recording of this because I forgot to tell her I was on today. 'Cause she's a big fan. She always listens.
Oh, lovely.
She's probably listening, but I don't know. So, look, Mum has made me who I am. Her morals, she raised me as a single mum, 3 kids. So she worked damn hard during her life to make sure we had everything we kind of wanted. Not everything we wanted, but what we needed. And for that, I love her to death. And I just hope that I can instill some of the stuff that she's taught me and I think be more generous than I am because she's a very generous person.
I think you're pretty generous, Carl.
Absolutely.
So I just try to be what Mum has instilled, and I love her for that. I love you, Mum, and I hope you enjoy your weekend in Adelaide.
Yeah.
I'll miss you. But yeah.
Beautiful.
Can I talk on another personal note? I seen a page, a Facebook post that you were standing at a poker table or sitting at a poker table.
Yeah.
You a gambler?
That's free poker. There's no money involved with
Okay.
that. Yeah, so I attend every Thursday night, just about. I'll try to at Mandurah Indoor Sports.
Okay.
And they have
Giving them a plug.
Yeah, I love the guy there. So Mandurah Indoor Sports, he they run a free poker comp.
Yeah.
They also have a money poker comp, but I don't go into that.
Yeah.
It's APL WA, so Australian Poker League. So and
You don't hear of that regularly.
No.
But there are a lot of people that love to play cards.
Absolutely, and the free league is just a lot of fun. And when you get to know all the regulars there, you just sit at a table and have a joke, and it's good fun.
And try and read them because it's about behaviour, isn't it?
Yeah. I've been playing poker a long time, and I still can't read some people. So I don't
Your
know.
wife.
No, she reads me.
Yes.
But that's part and parcel. Just to have some fun and don't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
And you remember Kenny Rogers, the gambler, right?
Yeah.
Never count your chips until the dealing's done.
Yeah.
Right. There was a guy last week that counted up his chips. And the guy next to me goes, mate, you're going to lose now because you've counted your chips.
Yeah.
He goes, what are you not in the
Not heard
generation,
it yet.
never heard of it. So he goes, I'll see how I go. I need to know how much I've got. I said, no, you don't. Anyway, came onto the final table with all these chips and he lost every hand.
no.
Every hand. I was sitting next to him and I said to him, you've put the mocker on yourself.
Yes, yeah.
Mate. You just counted. And I said, how much have you got? He goes, 22,000. I said, well, you're gone. I said, I have no idea how much I've got. I don't care. As long as there's a stack in front of me, I'm happy. Just a little bit of fun, the poker on a Thursday night.
In Mandurah.
Yeah.
Can anyone join?
Yep. So anyone can come along. It's 6:30 p.m. Rego. The drinks, you can buy yourself drinks, Cokes, whatever. They have a sausage sizzle as well. If you don't know how to play, you can come along and learn.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Love
That
that.
sounds great.
Yeah.
Carl, thank you so much for your support.
Welcome.
And thanks so much for coming in. I know you're busy and you've got a lot of things to do today, but you took the time to come in and talk to us, and I appreciate it. We'll be forever playing your ad, which we're going to play next.
Absolutely.
And are grateful for your support.
Yeah, no problem. And we'd like to just say from KJD Landscaping, happy Mother's Day to all the mums out there. You're the mum to lots of entrepreneurs out there as well. So have a wonderful day, and I hope your kids spoil you.
Thank you.
Great segue. We're going to play the ad now.
KJD Landscaping proudly sponsors IPL Radio's The Jess Address. We have a strong connection with the community, having been established 8 years, and offer our senior citizens discounts. From Joondalup to Dawesville and Coburn to Armidale, you can count on the KJD team to provide your personalised garden services. Find us on Google, Facebook or call 0481 151 665. That's 0481 151 665. KJD Landscaping, your local WA gardening team.